gallery on Walmart. And so this is kind of I see it as like a painting slash installation, and slash kind of a sculptural piece that, thinking about kind of an environment. A lot of my stuff has to do with space and environment, and trying to take those two-dimensional things and make them three-dimensional or four-dimensional. I'm going to break them painting out of this kind of a flat thing, which I still do flat painting, but I also, I'm working a lot right now with like video projection and video installation that's combined with painting and sculptural elements. Like for instance, this is working to be a combination painting and a rear screen video projection. So, something like this is a rear projection screen.
Okay.
So what happens is there's a projector behind it, and the video that I'm filming that's projecting on that, I want to integrate into what's happening in the painting. So it's kind of like a seamless transition. You don't see the projector, you basically see this whole wall, and it's integrated into the kind of false wall. Behind it there's a projector. So that's one thing that I'm working on, is kind of just integrating this video projection and painting, and also a kind of sculptural aspect. I build a lot with latex paint, so this other thing that I'm working on is kind of building this form out of laminated dry latex paint and accumulated, and creating a form that and in that, that is also like, I'm trying to kind of separate paint as material versus paint as color. So when I'm doing a projection, it's more paint as color. It's not actual paint, it's just color, light. So kind of like, I see it as more pure form of a color, just being light. And then, at times that is projected onto objects which, gain a different color, or paint that's kind of divorced from color, like that piece downstairs. It is kind of a brown color, but also, a lot of stuff that I do is like very bright, so I also wanted to kind of, remove maybe this kind of like the colorfulness of paint from the physicality of it in some ways.
What's the material on the floor downstairs?
It's paint.
Looks
it's
like
all
chocolate.
Paint. Yeah, but I also, I don't want it to necessarily like read as like color paint, so much. And then also another way is like doing that and then projecting a color using a projector or light, onto paint that's kind of devoid of color, or it's kind of a very neutral color, projecting a more of an intense color. So that's kind of what I'm playing around with right now.
What's something like this, Michael?
That's a series that I was doing last year of paint splashes and kind of a freeze frame shot of, I would just kind of throw up a bucket of paint, and then take a continuous shot of the camera, right? So you can get, about 10 exposures, and then one of them is going to be the kind of the money shot of this like
That's great.
monstrous. And I had a whole series, about like 12 or 15 of them in various colors and shapes, and then this is a tower I built was it last year? I guess it was last year. Yeah, no, it was my first year stuff. So then the performance was this was a performance piece where I built the tower, and during the performance, in this costume of, actually it's a video as well, so there's two characters, one character of me building the tower, and a different character destroying it, signified by different both me, but different color hard hats and different color overalls. Other than that, there's yellow building it, black destroying it. So I climb on top of it during the performance, like all the way to the top, as far as I can get under the ceiling, and using the hammer, piece by piece, I walk around it and destroy it, and it becomes a pile. So, and then that became a video of it's kind of a two-channel video. One channel, me speed it up really fast, 6 hours of building in about 15 minutes, and then 5 minutes of destroying also slowed down in about 15 minutes. So it's kind of, time the same, but one is really fast, one's really slow. So yeah, definitely the performance is a big part of me, because I come out of this kind of process action painting, mode of working that I was that's the way I started painting, so, that it's also there, not as much anymore, but kind of taking that performance aspect of it and kind of distilling it, and that's I'm really interested in. That first semester, actually, I did this thing. I made this. It's kind of like a phone booth size out of plastic, just clear plastic stretched on these frameworks. So it's just big enough for me to fit in, and I built it as a performance. Kind of put it together. It's wearing this completely white suit, and then I get in it. I take off the white suit. I strip completely naked within this plastic box, and I have a bucket of just like gray, dingy paint, and then paint myself in that box. So in the end, it just ends up being covered. So that was kind of also something that really just take paint and color and painting, but divorce it from color, turn it into a performance that has references painting in a lot of ways, but also is not necessarily about a lot of things that painting is about. So to me, it's I'm very interested in what I'm thinking of as abstract experience. So there's abstraction and the experience of abstraction, and also work that is time-based. A lot of video installation type work that's time-based, that has a certain time frame that it plays out, and it being kind of what I do grounded in an abstract, way of expressing and way of communicating. So something that creates an abstract experience that's mediated through a certain time, and that's an overall kind of installation that you immerse. That's a multi-sensory experience: sound, visual, physical. So that's kind of the big thing that I'm working towards, is kind of having installation, having a time-based an experience that is very much immersive, and that's very much also abstract. That there's the kind of goes in and out of reference. You recognize some things, you kind of learn to pick up on a certain language, but it also is kind of a naive experience, because it's something completely new, and it doesn't really have a whole lot of reference in the real world that we experience every day. So that's something that is exciting to me right now. So I call it abstract experientialism.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm trying to coin a phrase there.
That's good.
Yeah. But also I'm working on like more two-dimensional things. I enjoy kind of this, like on drywall, and I'm dipping paper and oil.
Is that what you're dipping in?
Yeah, getting a little bit of translucency, and kind of building up on this, and I'm going to probably play around with shaping this drywall piece.
Now is a piece like that done, do you feel like, or is it just...
This was kind of like a 3-hour painting. That's what I just got kind of playing around. I don't know if it's done, but I've definitely been playing around with these kind of other ways of painting and working. So just like grab the router and freestyle with it, basically.
Right.
So yeah, I try to keep it diverse, and also getting ready to do a little show in that drawing gallery where Margaret is. So I've been working on some drawings. A lot of these drawings come out of paintings like that, where I'm using these materials, and then there's a mixed up kind of like tar and shellac, and then I just take that, and I kind of, while I'm working on a painting, I'm also working on these old drawings using you know, the same paint and whatever else I mix up, kinds of weird stuff. So, and a lot of these kind of go together as a grouping, as kind of also, you know, I think about them in an installation, in an installation way. So I'm getting ready to, and that's probably that drywall piece is going to be part of that too. But, you know, so I'm still, you know, very much into the painting and, you know, the drawing, but also I feel like the video and installation is kind of like the big thing that's exciting to me right now.
Yeah, is that where you're going?
Yeah, and as far as like my thesis work is, it's headed that way. A lot of it is going to have to do with projections and rear projection screens, and I was thinking this paint fountain piece. So it's
Right.
it's you know, it's all there. I feel like, I mean, it all comes out of the same notions of, you know, kind of the abstractness and color, and in a way it's like deconstructing, restructuring. It's kind of a known elements and methods, and
Let me see. I should probably shut it off because we're at